Hey everyone, it's Blake. Welcome in to episode number 35 of our TCW Save and TEW 2020. This is our Total Mayhem preview. And again, our biggest show of the year. Everything we've done in the Save, building to this huge show, our season finale event here in TCW. And again, I know people have asked before, why do we do these sort of quick pay-per-view previews? It's something to where I've kind of done this before in some of the other saves, especially the WWE 2021 save, where it is, if there are 100-plus episodes at some point in the series, if we are able to get there for TCW, this is an easy way where if people just don't have a chance to go back and watch every single episode, they can kind of just use the pay-per-view previews to get an overview of the storylines, go into the next pay-per-view, and maybe start from there. But, of course, I'd love if you go back and watch every single episode in the series, which it will be important for this particular show because, again, everything's been building to this, and this is the biggest show of the year. But let's look at some of the matches that are on the card. The only one that's not on here on the pre-booking that I have is, of course, the $10,000 Battle Royal, which the reason why it's not on here is because I don't want to give away any particular competitors, even though I don't even know if it would say it on here, but I just don't have it on here for that reason. Again, may just say 10-man Battle Royal or 20-man Battle Royal, whatever it is, but I didn't want to put it on here just to take any chances with giving away perhaps people who may be in that particular Battle Royal. So there's your spoiler a little bit for that one. But we'll get back to the main event here in a minute. Let's start with this one, which will absolutely have something to do with the main event because both of these men, Angry Gilmore and Freddy Huggins, who are on the path to try to get a TCW World Heavyweight Championships shot, and we know Freddy has already had his opportunity. He complained about thinking that he was somehow screwed out of the championship when that really, I don't think, happened at Where Angels Fear to Tread. But he's kind of, read his letter, made his statement that he thinks he should be the person who gets a shot at the winner of the main event, and that was kind of his claim. But then we had Angry Gilmore make it clear, as he's done for basically over a month now, the reason he came to TCW was to be the world champion, the championship belt that meant more than any other in professional wrestling. And so he's made the jump from SWF to TCW, and he's here to win the championship, and he's not here to wait around doing it. So these two officially signed. Angry Gilmore, Freddy Huggins. Not an official number one contender match, but as commentary has played up, we know there's a lot at stake here in terms of who could be getting a World Heavyweight Championship shot soon enough here coming soon. But, all right, that is a match on the card I'm looking forward to. I think that one will do well, just given the two parties involved. All right, tag team match here. Benny and the Fox are going to take on the Behemoth, Killer Shark, and Titan. This was kind of, I don't want to say a thrown-together match, but this didn't exactly have the story put into it that many of the other matches on this card did. But, hey, sometimes you just need some matches like that. But this one was kind of made out of the point that the Center Society had attacked Mighty Mo and Tana, which we know led to a significant injury for Tana. And so Benny and the Fox, the great baby faces that they are, the old school baby faces, decided to come out and try to help out Mo and Tana a little bit and try to fight off the Center Society. So that led to them challenging anyone in that particular stable. Eddie Peak revealed it will be Shark and Titan accepting the challenge there. So a tag team match here between those two teams at Total Mayhem. Speaking of Eddie Peak and Mighty Mo, the big one-on-one match that we have not gotten, these two entities have feuded since we started the save all the way back in January. We have had back and forth between the Center Society and Mo and Tana, and now this is kind of the big match that we built to here. Of course, we've had the title matches tag team wise between Mo and Tana and the Behemoths, but it's all been kind of building. And we also, of course, had Mo and Tana getting the win over Eddie Peak and Doug Peak, with Doug Peak taking the fall in that one. So finally, sort of the showdown here. Eddie Peak, the frustration has boiled over. He wants Mo to bring out his dark side, and he's going to bring it out of him. And Mo's just kind of claimed, hey, he's got even another side that Eddie hasn't seen, and he's going to try to show that off here, given what they've done to his partner, injuring him, putting Tana on the sidelines. So that's everything played up here. Kind of a big match here, one-on-one for Mo against the veteran Eddie Peak, and really, this has kind of again been one that we built from the very beginning, leading to this big one-on-one match because we've had the tag team matches already and all that, but this is the big one-on-one showdown with Eddie Peak and Mighty Mo. So, speaking of one-on-one showdowns, the former partners, Ernest Youngman, Troy Tornado, they are going to do battle here at Total Mayhem. As, of course, we know, it was Youngman, the big reveal that he had been hired by Wolf Hawkins to sort of be the hitman for the Syndicate, and that was revealed a couple episodes ago on Total Wrestling, which after that, Troy Tornado wanted to try to prove himself to the Syndicate and sort of keep this tag team going with Youngman. What does Tornado do? He comes out and gets the upset win, over One Man Army, and that is when he thinks he's joining the Syndicate, but then he turns right into the hit from Ernest Youngman, his former tag team partner. Wolf had used him just to get the upper hand on One Man Army, arch nemesis there for Wolf and the Syndicate. But yeah, and now we kind of get Troy Tornado calling out Ernest Youngman, setting up this match here, which again has not officially been made official, but we know that it's going to happen on this particular show, with Tornado calling out Ernest Youngman, saying he'll be in the ring waiting for him at Total Mayhem. So yeah, this is a big one, and again, a lot of story behind this one, we'll see what happens with the two former tag team partners. All right, speaking of, let's just go to this next one, which obviously also involves the Syndicate, and that is the Elite, Eddie Chandler, Nate Johnson, taking on Guide and Scout, which of course made up of the former Doc Hammond and One Man Army. They are going to reunite here as the New Wave to take on the Elite. This will be a no-holds-barred match, so pretty much a street fight between these two teams, and what other match could it be, right? Given everything that's at stake with these particular teams. This is one that, again, you guys know we've been building up for quite a while now, until eventually it was Doc Hammond, making the turn and kind of reinventing himself back into his old persona to team back up with One Man Army and form the Scout and Guide team once again after, it just seemed like Wolf was obsessed with taking out One Man Army and the Elite were doing everything they could to sort of take him out of wrestling completely. So a lot of old school heel tactics from the Syndicate. But the former friends reunite here for a huge match in this one. So I'm really looking forward to this one too. I know the rating probably won't be great, but this is kind of your old school heated, tag team feud here between two teams, and four people just do not like each other. So, this will be a lot of fun, I think, on this one. So, all right, the International Championship, as we know, officially makes its return at Total Mayhem. And it will be two people who are absolutely as hot as anybody in professional wrestling right now, Joshua Taylor and T-Bone Bright. They will square off. Taylor has not lost a singles match since we've started this save, and we're playing up the story that he was in the main event of Psycho Circus, which was the December pay-per-view, right before this save officially began. He lost the championship match to Aaron Andrews. He has not lost a match since then. And he said he's got bigger goals beyond winning this international title. We kind of know what that is if you put it all together. So huge for Joshua Taylor to see if he can keep his streak going. Meanwhile, T-Bone, been one of the most impressive people in our save. He's been put in a lot of these huge spots with kind of the feud involving Aaron Andrews and Wolf Hawkins. He was the victor at the War to Settle the Score and Cage Wars. He was the person who got the victory for his team, Aaron Andrews and company. So we put T-Bone in a lot of big spots. I'm pretty sure T-Bone hasn't lost a one-on-one match either. I know we've been pushing it that way, but yeah, I can't imagine where we would have probably had him getting beat in a one-on-one setting. I know tag team matches maybe. There have been a couple, whether it was via DQ or something like that. But this is just one of those where these are, strength on strength here. These two guys are, again, on absolute tear right now. And one of them's got to lose here in this particular match for the International Championship. We'll see what they put together. I think this should be a great match, given the two involved here, two really good workers. And again, their momentum is as good as anybody's right now in TCW. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I'm really looking forward to the International Championship being back here. All right, speaking of championships, Greg Gage and Ed Stone for the television title. And this one hasn't had as long of a build as the next two matches we're going to talk about, and even some of the others we've already talked about, but this one has gotten personal pretty quickly, and it has escalated about as quickly as any we've had in TCW, but with the families being brought into the mix here, these two taking a shot at each other's families, basically, or really more, it's Greg Gage taking a shot at Ed Stone's family. Ed Stone's really just kind of made it all about proving himself to the Stone family. The black sheep, of course, he's always been called, was fired by his own father, all this other stuff. But now Ed Stone trying to sort of do his career resurgence here, and we've seen that over the past couple of years. And now he's trying to take it a step further, winning the TV title, but also getting kind of that one-up on Greg Gage here, who says that he and Chord are the best, second-generation wrestlers out there, and there's no one else that comes even close. And, of course, that was a direct shot at Ed Stone. Greg Gage knew what he was doing. And so Gage has continued to say, in his go-home promo for the show, that Ed Stone is the big what-if, and that everybody's going to be asking the same question coming out of this one. What if Ed Stone was a serious professional wrestler and not just a party animal, kind of all those other stuff? So everything kind of really, again, has escalated quickly between these two, and Greg Gage saying he's going to prove that his family, his father, he is the next in line. He is sort of, living up to that legacy while Ed Stone is not. So, yeah, very personal between these two guys, and they will battle for the TV title here at Total Mayhem. All right, our two kind of big main events here. The two matches that, even when I started the save, I'm thinking, how are we going to put these two matches off until Total Mayhem? And I know everyone's kind of talked about that in the comments, and even at first I was like, I don't know how we're going to do this. I don't know how we're going to put these two matches off for 5 months. But somehow we managed to do it. And this one, of course, is Chord versus Sammy Bach. These two, had some interactions very early on in our save. Different times, they were pulled in different directions, but it seemed like they always came back to each other, and it's really heated up over the past couple months between these two, with Chord trying to interfere in a lot of box matches or try to, attack him after the matches, and we've had, tag team stuff, everything like that. So it's just, we knew we'd get here, and it was officially signed over a month ago for this match, and of course they had the contract signing at Where Angels Fear to Tread. And now we get ready for it. The big one-on-one match, Chord, Sammy Bach. Chord all talking about how he's going to, get his destiny. He wants to fulfill his destiny, and that is being the TCW World Heavyweight Champion. And Sammy Bach just sort of saying, hey, if you're going to be a champion, you got to have a little respect. And he doesn't, Chord doesn't respect anybody. Sammy Bach, the veteran of the locker room, basically wants to teach some respect to Chord, and we'll see if he can do that here. So, fully expecting a great match here in this one. And, I think that's kind of the common theme with a lot of these matches. Gage Stone, Chord Bach, Taylor T-Bone, like ratings-wise, these should all do really well. Even Gilmore Huggins, I think, should do really well. But we know that the big one is our main event. Aaron Andrews defends the TCW World Heavyweight Championship against Wolf Hawkins. These two have a long history, as we know, and we've really built that up from the start. Wolf took aim at Aaron Andrews very early on. He's the king of kings. We knew he was getting an opportunity at this particular World Heavyweight Championship, and there have just been lots of, as we know, twists and turns along the way, whether it is, Wolf adding an Ernest Youngman to the mix, the Syndicate kind of losing a couple members based on Wolf's frustration and not being able to take out Aaron Andrews and his friends. And we even had all the wild stuff, right, about, the putting the car and the handcuffs and like all this other stuff. Like, it's just been, Wolf has stopped at nothing to try to take out Aaron Andrews. And now they do it inside of a steel cage, which both men, in their go-home promos on Total Wrestling, basically said, hey, it's all about taking it to another level here. And Aaron Andrews questioned if Wolf could do that. Wolf said that he's been setting up for this moment. He knows what he has to do. And Andrews talking about how all the pressure's on Wolf. 281 days he's been waiting for this opportunity, and will he be able to get it to win the TCW World Heavyweight Championship back from the man who beat him almost a year ago now? And if you watch the save, I don't even have to go any further. Like, this is the match. It's the one that will absolutely be the best rated match on the show, and it should be fantastic. So really looking forward to all these matches. And again, you kind of look at the storylines. Of course, Andrews and Hawkins at 90, kind of on the heat there. Chord versus the World, which is involved a couple other people. As we know, Angry Gilmore, I kind of just left him in there for now. 76, so that's a good one. The old friend storyline with, Scout and Guide and the Elite, 73. Where's the Beef? That's been going forever, 68. These are a couple ones here. We just started the one with Gage and Stone. I haven't even actually added them to this one yet. I'm just not great at updating the storyline sometimes. Here, who's the best? That's Joshua Taylor and T-Bone Bright. But we'll get some, obviously, storyline advancement with those. I forgot to set them up. I'm just not good at keeping updates on the storyline. So there you go. Again, guys, I hope you're looking forward to it. This is Total Mayhem, the biggest show of the year. Should be a lot of fun. Let me know your predictions in the comments. I know I already made some predictions in some other saves, in some other videos. But hey, you can leave your other predictions here if you want to. And yeah, I always appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And on the next episode will be Total Mayhem. I'm going to try to get that out Monday or Tuesday at the latest. As you can tell, my voice is still kind of hanging in there. So I'm trying to kind of, take it easy a little bit, not try to put too much. So I know we've got the WWE 2024 save going, but hopefully my voice will be back at full strength to where I can give you the best show we've ever done here on the TCW save. And that is because on the next episode of our TCW save, it will be Total Mayhem 2020.